We want to fill ourselves up with God's love. It is important to celebrate the love of God on a daily basis, no matter the challenges and adversities that you face. And this morning, we're going to speak to a wonderful principal. Her name is Georgia Clare, out in Bellas Gate. Bellas Gate, remember I told you, is a little rural community tucked off from Old Harbour. Wonderful mangoes, I must tell you. We'll run into the conversation because this is a beautiful lady. You'll want to hear from her. Welcome to the program. Good morning, Miss Clare.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, ma'am. I telling the people about Bellas Gate, and they wouldn't understand the beauty unless a lady like you explains it. What brought you there as principal?
Well, I actually saw the advertisement in the newspaper. I didn't know much about Bellas Gate, but when I saw it, I was encouraged by colleagues to give it a try because I was heading in that direction. So I went and I did my visit to the school, and I found it to be a most serene community, very quiet, lovely, friendly people. So I thought I would just go right ahead and see what becomes of the interview.
But I know, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, and today I am the principal for 2 years now.
You love the place, beautiful place, and
it is indeed.
But of course, a lot of the families will be facing challenging financial circumstances, etc.
Right.
And we know there might be some connectivity issues. How do you work around all of that?
Well, for preparation, especially for the grade 6 students, that would have been a challenge. As it relates to the school itself, the school is a small school in terms of population. So currently in grade 6, there are 13 students. And since we transitioned to the online platform, we had probably 7 students coming on consistently. For the others, the grade 6 teacher, Mrs. Rowe, she would sometimes meet with them out by the school in few numbers, of course. And based on the fact that I told it's a small school, then social distancing protocols could have been observed. So that was one way to try and overcome some of the challenges that we face with the online space.
So about four of your grade 6 students would not have had the access. How did they do at PEP?
All right, it's not that they did not have access. No, it was not on a consistent basis.
Oh, okay.
They did have access, but it was not consistent.
Okay.
So maybe of the 13, 7 of them consistently or regularly attended the online platform.
Okay.
So
that's a good number.
Right. I believe that most of the parents did go out and try to provide as best as they can, being that Bellas Gate is in rural Jamaica. It's a farming community, largely, because others would have other businesses. But I believe that they would have sacrificed and ensured that their children benefit from the online space that we were offering. A few times, hard copies were dropped off for them to work on and return to their teachers.
So your teachers did go beyond the call of duty. You're dancing around it, but you eventually had to come to it. Is all right?
Definitely, they did. I could not say they did not. They really have, and they went beyond the call of duty.
Yes, we have to celebrate them. We have to celebrate them.
Definitely.
I want you to tell, please, if you don't mind, to tell us how you will help the students who might not have kept up in September morning. Are there plans to assist those students? We hear lofty things from the Ministry of Education, but we want to hear from a local principal like you, how you'll help the students to pick up the ones who are behind.
Well, as my teachers would do, normally they try to engage the students in discussion to put them in a place of, cognitive preparation, preparing them for what is to come, their critical discussion skills. So they engage them largely in discussion. They have the children write about their experiences, maybe write stories, do expositions on whatever they would have encountered in the classroom.
Right.
They would have taken them out on field trips. And of course, they would have to be doing their classwork as well. The book work is definitely a part of it. So for us being a small community, I believe that there's a closely knitted relationship.
So your teachers will be able to identify. So your teachers will be able to identify those who are behind and work closer with them.
Readily. They will be readily able to identify them.
Okay, well,
and,
even better.
Try as best as can to put strategies in place to assist them to improve.
Well, there you go. I thank you so much for the conversation. I was telling the people about the wonderful mangoes.
We have many different types. I don't even know the names of some of them.
Was it a culture shock working at a rural school so close to urban schemes and all of that?
No, it wasn't for me. I grew up in, what would I call it now? It's not totally rural. I grew up in Macon, Clarendon. So
Clarendon, rural. You are Mike Henry Vex.
As a child, I went to the mango bush, so it was not a culture shock.
Oh, you got mango?
Oh, of course. I carried mangoes on my head from the area to home. It was just good.
Okay.
It wasn't a culture shock for me at all.
There you go. Some people are
enjoying another part of my country.
Some people are Kingstonian. When they go to pick mango at mango bush, they roll down hillsides.
Yes.
Thank you for the contribution.
I can relate to an incident like that.
Okay, there you go. Thank you so much for the contribution this morning, Miss Claire. We will speak, and we're happy. We're happy to hear that all our children are being taken care of, no matter how rural the community is.
The challenges. And as for the PEP results, those most of my students were placed at their school of choice.
Oh.
From that area, most students, their school of choice would be, they like to go to Spanish Town area and Old Harbour. So they would choose schools like St. Jago High School, St. Catherine High School, Jonathan Grant High School, and of course Old Harbour High School.
Yes. And they got their choices.
Yes, those are the choices that they prefer. And the parents, of course, these are the schools. This is the end of the island that they choose to send their children.
Yes, yes.
So based on what I'm seeing, hold on, let me just say this quickly. Based on what I'm seeing, my top boy, his first choice was Old Harbour High School, and he's very much elated that he was placed at Old Harbour High School. So we have students attending Tatius Bowling High School, 2 students, and 1 will be attending Inzod. And our mantra is, wherever you go or wherever you're planted, grow. That is something that we have to adapt and have the students understand that. Whichever school they are placed in Jamaica, they will go there, they will find highly qualified teachers who will care for them and take them up.
True.
Even if they are struggling, these teachers will take them up and take them to a place of success.
True.
So I think the idea of calling schools good schools and bad schools, we need to banish it totally. It needs to be taken out of our vocabulary.
Yes,
it needs to just go.
All right.
Because it places strain on the students when they're placed at these schools that we refer to as not good schools.
That's interesting. Yes, you're probably right.
And I would have quoted at graduations that this teacher attended Tatius School in high school. This teacher attended that school. So we need to move into that space where we celebrate all the schools in Jamaica.
Yeah.
All the parents, all the communities. We need to move into that space.
I'm with you on that one. I'm with you.
Definitely. That is my final point.
Thank you so much for the contribution this morning. Please pray for us. We will keep you in our prayers, and of course we'll continue to think about the people in Bellas Gate, and we will therefore speak to you again, I'm sure. Thank you so much for the contribution this morning.
You're most welcome. Have a good day.
You too. What a wonderful woman. Listeners, Miss Georgia Clare, the principal of a small primary school out in Bellas Gate. We say morning to the Bellas Gate people, St. Catherine people, morning.